Hello, interwebs. It is Josh coming to you with the Tarot Snapshot for the week of Sunday, November 10th. This is a 3-card reading. The video lasts approximately 10 minutes, and I can only hope that any of the wisdom that Spirit has to share here or Tarot has to share is something that contributes to the betterment of your life. Now, if you missed it, I have recently done what I call the Vitamin Joy Spirit Gallery. It was a 2-hour event today. It's all on YouTube. It's on my social media pages, all of that. Go find the link, and if you get a couple hours, watch it, because the connections and the spirits and everything that came through were just fantastic. A lot of wisdom there to be shared. So, let's dive into it. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. Tarot Snapshot is a 3-card reading that talks about where we are collectively at right now, what vexes and perplexes us, and what heals and reveals. And there are a lot of folks right now who are hurting. A lot of folks who aren't hurting. So let's see what Tarot has to say. Here we go. The card that represents us this week is, okay, the Ace of Swords. Not always a fuzzy, warm and fuzzy card. There's not much in the way of warm and fuzziness when it comes to the swords in tarot. So this represents the air element, it represents communication, it represents the mind, it represents breath. Whenever I see the Ace of Swords come up, it talks to me in my relationship with this card. That's important. My relationship with this card talks about it cutting away that which doesn't serve. So it's like a limb being amputated, cutting away that which doesn't serve. And for those of us in the United States, you know, we're a very divided nation. We're just a little over, almost a week away from the presidential election, which was pretty decisive. You know, Donald Trump got the electoral college vote as well as the popular vote. Be that as it may, and no matter where you sit with those results, we're literally all in this together. If you're in the United States and you're within the borders, hello, we're in it together. So a lot of people think with Joe Biden not becoming president, that is cutting away that which doesn't serve. Okay. A lot of people who would love to see Kamala Harris be president would think, well, let's get rid of that which doesn't serve, which, you know, would be Donald Trump. It's that either or dichotomy. But let's take this to a personal level. Let's take this to a personal level. Aces are new beginnings. Aces are fate. Okay. So, was this fated? I don't know. Will we be shown the worst parts of ourselves in the United States? Absolutely. Will we also be shown the best parts of the United States? Absolutely. Now, to me, in my experience, the most beautiful thing in all of reality is the perseverance of the human spirit in the face of adversity. So, with that being said, will we get an opportunity to see how beautiful people are, wherever they fell on that spectrum, whether they were a lover of Donald Trump or a hater of him? Will we see the most beautiful parts of the human spirit? I think we will. Unfortunately, it's going to take some sharp edges to get us there, but I am a believer in the human spirit. I am a believer in that no matter where you fall on that spectrum, when confronted with challenges, the human spirit doesn't always, but it can persevere in the face of adversity. So maybe you feel like what we're suffering from globally or in our country is adversity. May that help you find the most glorious part of your spirit. If you're okay with the election results, you're still going to have challenges in your life, and may that help you find the most beautiful part of your spirit. The card that vexes and perplexes us: medicine, love, partnership. I couldn't put it. Wow. 2 sides, a division. This person's not dressed in red, but I wouldn't be. They got a red headband, cloak, red and blue. Like, we're divided neighbors. There's very few people that I've met that aren't radicalized is a harsh word, right? But they're like, what's the percentage of Americans that are firmly entrenched on one side of this ideological divide? How many people out there are hating their neighbors? I'm an odd duck when it comes to this stuff because my heart aches for completely different reasons than most people. Because I hate the divide that I see from neighbor to neighbor. Personally, I'm seeing a lot of moral grandstanding. I'm seeing a lot of virtue signaling. I'm seeing a lot of people hopping up on soapboxes. I'm seeing a lot of people clutch their pearls. Unfortunately, I would see that no matter who won. And the fact that we are divided neighbor against neighbor breaks my goddamn heart. So this card of partnership, love coming together in a healing way, this is what vexes and perplexes us. Let's see what the card that heals and reveals. The Six of Swords. Okay. We started out with sword. Now we have the Six of Swords. Remember that it's a card of the mind. And this is a card of moving on from choppy waters to smooth waters. Yet there's more in this card that's going on. This person is moving their family, what I would take to be their family, away from the choppy waters to the smooth waters. Now, I'm not here to police anybody's reaction. I will encourage somebody to take the horror that they are feeling and do something to move to peace as soon as possible. The nature of love states that when one person suffers, the other person suffers. When I suffer, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, my husband suffers. When he suffers, I suffer. The same goes for our spirits. I want my grandmother in spirit to rest in peace. If her grandson isn't at peace, she's not going to be at peace because she observes me and watches me. That is the nature of love. And to me, love is a responsibility. Here we are moving on to calmer waters. So let's check in with you right now. Where are you? Are you suffering? Are you suffering from the political landscape? Are you suffering because of trauma, pain, grief in your own personal life? No matter where you're at, understand that it's important for you to move on however you can to calmer waters. To calmer waters. Because these tumultuous waters, not going to do a whole lot. And I do my best trying not to judge how people are reacting to what's going on. You know, I had some friends reach out and say, we're starting an expats group, or thinking about starting an expats group of America, and it declined. My husband declined because, you know, we're not ready to leave America. We're not. And I personally love this country. Where can a gay man be a psychic medium and not worry about his head getting cut off? Right? I mean, you take issues with a lot of this country. I still love this country for that. Am I completely happy with what's gone on? No. But, you know, the state of America is tough. And, you know, we're often taught that we have to choose between the lesser of two evils. That's right. We are choosing between the lesser of two evils. Well, I guess I'm just going to say it. I have so many people in my life that believe if you voted for Donald Trump, that makes you a misogynist, a homophobe, a racist. My experience begs to differ because I know that a lot of people are going to have a hard time hearing this. I've met a lot of Trump supporters who aren't that, who would love me and my husband, support me and my husband, but they made their own decisions based on the information that they had at hand. Is it a wrong decision? We're gonna find out, right? But for everyone to assume that if you voted for Donald Trump, that makes you a homophobe, a racist, a misogynist, then it would be fair to assume that everybody who voted for Kamala Harris is okay with the genocide in Gaza. I mean, wrap your head around that. If everybody who voted for Trump is a racist, homophobe, misogynist, then everybody who voted for Kamala Harris is somebody who supports the genocide in Gaza. And that's not true, is it? But when you vote for a party that is the lesser evil, that is going to contribute to some pretty problematic stuff, you have to worry about that. You have to take that into consideration. So, is it easy? No. Is it complicated? Hell yeah, it is. Am I going to hate my neighbor? No. And there's a lot of people in my life that would have me hate my neighbor. Don't have to love them, don't have to agree with them, but I sure as hell don't have to hate them. Wherever that leads you, wherever that leaves you, I don't know. But I know that hate only consumes itself, and it hurts the body, and it doesn't do anything to bring us to calmer waters, and it doesn't bring us to the love of our neighbors, which is really where we should be. So there's my rant, there's my long video, and I try to avoid getting political in any way, but apparently tarot and spirit would have me talk about this a little bit. So all my love to you. Thank you for being here. Be well, and keep your head above water. Reduce your suffering. It reduces the suffering of those who love you. I'll see you next time.